Hey, how's it going? Devin here again with CountryGuitarOnline.com, and I keep getting a ton of lesson requests from y'all to do more Doc Watson style guitar lessons. So that's what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to teach y'all some really nice Doc Watson style guitar riffs in the key of D. And we'll also take a look at some Doc Watson style chord progressions and kind of study how Doc Watson adds some nice bass line walks to his strumming to make his rhythm guitar sound a lot fancier. So we're really going to work on capturing that Doc Watson style in this lesson. And by the end of this lesson, you should be able to practice some of these riffs and the progressions along with his arrangement of Tennessee Stud. So let's start taking a look at these guitar riffs first, and then we'll look at the progressions, and then we'll just go from there. We're going to learn this little Doc Watson style intro riff first. So on the screen we've got the first line of the tablature for the intro riff. Let me play through this first line, take a good listen, and then I'll show you all a couple things. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So if we go to the very last measure that you see here, the fourth measure, you go to the end of that measure, we've got an up strum over the D chord. It's right there. Well, let's go ahead and forget about that up strum for now. We'll talk about that here in a minute. That up strum, all it really does is lead us into the next measure of the intro riff. But forget about that for now. Right now we're just going to learn measures 1 through 4 just before that up strum. Just up to that point. And now let's talk about the left hand, or the fretting hand, and what fingers I'm using. I'm actually only using 2 fingers for that little section I just played. Using my pointer finger and my ring finger, both of those. That slide right there in the second measure, you see we've got a quick slide from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret. You're going to use your left ring finger for that slide. And the reason is because you just slide up the ring finger and it gets you in position for the next note with your pointer. So slide with the ring, in position for the pointer there. So let's play this line one more time. Pause the video if you want to work on that some on your own, but now what we're going to do is just kind of slide this tablature over a little bit, and we'll look at measures 4 through 8. And measure 4 here, you know, that's the one with that up strum at the end of it that I said forget about that, you know, earlier. Now let's check that out. Measure 4, we just got pick, strum, pick, strum, pick, strum, pick. And that last strum is on the and count after the 4 count. So if we count 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, it's going to be on that last and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you go to measure 5. So you can hear how that up strum leads us into measure 5. Up, pick, strum. what that little quick up strum at the end of measure 4 is doing. And now let's check out measures 5 through 8 a little bit closer. Look at this strumming and that right hand work. So basically, if we look at measures 5 through 8, you can chop that in half because measures 5 and 6, that's the exact same as measures 7 and 8 for the most part. D, A minor, D, repeat, D, A minor, D. That's the basic idea. So measure 5, we've got pick, pick, strum, and that's over the D chord. Pick, pick, strum. And then you switch to A minor and do pick, pick, strum, strum. Pick, pick, strum, strum. So measure 5. Pick, pick, strum. Pick, pick, strum, strum. Might take a little bit of work if you're not used to these little accent picks and strums. But if you're new to this, I would suggest focusing on measure 5 and just play that over and over and over again, just like this. And you can speed it up once you get it. But definitely start very slow and work on getting the proper technique with the right hand. And if that's too much for you, in measure 5, and actually for this entire line here, you can just do basic boom, chick, strumming. You know, boom, chick, booms, chick, or just pick, strum, pick, strum. Pick, strum, pick, strum, pick, strum, strum. Pick, strum, pick, strum, pick, strum, strum. So that's the easy option, but I really like to do it like this, measures 5 through 8. Really capture that Doc Watson sound. And we'll be looking at some strumming patterns later. Actually next, that's what we're going to do, is look at some strumming patterns. I think we've got 4 of them that we're going to check out. Really good Doc Watson style strumming patterns. So that's what we're going to do next. But real quick, before we move on from this intro, I wanted to talk about syncopated rhythm. Doc Watson uses syncopated rhythm all the time when he plays. And if you're new to syncopated rhythm, pretty easy concept actually. It's just how you play the rhythm. You know, syncopated rhythm would be something like this. It sounds like horse hooves galloping. Bop, 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 bop. You know, instead of more of a straight rhythm like this, you know, a straight rhythm, very robotic sounding. All the beats are the exact same length. But we're adding a little bit more syncopation to this, like horse hooves, to get that Doc Watson sound. And this will actually give you a little more of a country and bluegrass sound. Bop, 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 bop. So try to do that syncopated rhythm a lot in this lesson, and this is so important if you're trying to capture the Doc Watson sound, because he was a master at using syncopated rhythm at a very fast pace, which is very hard to do. You know, it's one thing to play a syncopated rhythm nice and slowly, but when you start speeding it up like Doc Watson did and keep that syncopation going, really, really awesome. So that's something to work on there for this lesson, and add syncopated rhythm to a lot of different stuff if you haven't really tested that out much, because it'll really give you a little bit extra of a country and bluegrass twang. So syncopated rhythm is one thing to work on here for this. So that's the intro. You can download the tablature for this intro and everything that we're working on today right below the video player here at countryguitaronline.com. But now we're going to move on to the next part of the lesson where we talk about some strumming patterns, and then we'll practice the strumming patterns in the style of Doc Watson using some chord progressions that we'll borrow from the song Tennessee Stud. So here we go. Let's check out these strumming patterns. Here's the first one that we're going to use today, and this is probably the main strumming pattern that I would like to focus on. And let's practice this over D major chord. So here's the strumming pattern. It's pick, down, pick, down, up. Pick, down, pick, down, up. Let's do that over and over. Pick, down, pick, down, up. Pick, down, pick, down, up. If you can't tell here which notes I'm picking, that very first pick when I'm playing the D chord is on the 4th string, and then you strum, and then the pick, those two in a row, that is the 5th string, 4th string, and it's just a down up, 2 picks in a row on the 5th, 4th string, and then you do the strum. So pick, down, pick, down, up, pick, down, pick, down, up. And if you're new to this type of strumming, really focus on relaxing the grip on your pick. Relax your right shoulder. I've talked about this a lot in other lessons, but I can't stress enough how important this is. Relax everything. Practice this type of strumming at a very slow pace, at a comfortable pace where you can hit the notes cleanly, and then from there you can just gradually increase your speed in increments, and eventually you'll have your speed up to where you can play it more like Doc Watson did, you know, real fast pace. That's what we're working towards, you know. Pick down, pick down, pick down, pick down, pick down, pick down. So that's the main strumming pattern that I like to use a lot for these practice progressions that we're about to go over. But let's check out a couple other strumming patterns. And right here, actually, I wanted to show you an easier option for those of y'all that this type of strumming might be a little too much, but you still want to play through these Doc Watson style progressions. So here's just the basic boom chick strumming pattern over the D major chord. Boom chick, boom chick, boom chick, boom chick, pick, strum, pick, strum, pick, strum, pick, strum. And just alternate those bass line notes. 4th string, 5th string, 4th string, 5th string, you know. Dun, 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 dun. I left Tennessee very much alive. So you can get through these practice progressions, but really cool if you can get the more complicated ones, practice them slowly, and then build your speed up, because that's when you'll really start to capture that Doc Watson sound. And I really just love this type of strumming. So anyways, let's check out a couple other strumming patterns. These are a little more complicated, but they're still along the lines of the first one that we learned. So here it is. It's pick, down, up, pick, down, up. So let's practice over the D chord again. Pick, down, up, 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 pick, down. simple strumming pattern there, and I'll show you how you can use these patterns here in a little bit once we start working on these actual progressions. But now let's check out one more strumming pattern, and this is the most complex. It's all eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you know, an actual pick or strum on every eighth note is what I meant. But it's pick, pick, down, up, pick, pick, down, up, pick, pick, down, up, pick, pick, down, up. Over the D chord, pick, pick, down, up, pick, pick, down, up, pick, pick, down, up, pick, pick, down. Doc Watson uses this one a lot. So basically what we're going to do is kind of combine all of the strum patterns that we've just talked about, mix it up a little bit, and create something that flows well with these chord progressions. And as you're playing through these chord progressions that we're about to learn here, don't really worry too much about the strumming and getting it exactly like I have it in there in the tablature and everything. But the main idea is that, you know, we've got these strumming patterns, sound like Doc Watson. Do what you think sounds good. Play these patterns like you would like to play them. See what feels good to you, you know. But I'm just going to give you all some guidance in the tablature that we'll go through here in a minute on how I like to use these strumming patterns. And we'll talk about some different bass line walks and all that fun stuff.